I just made this connection. So if you grew up as the good girl, as the one that your parents would always compliment for being the responsible one, the one they didn't have to worry about, and if that has thrown you into an adult tailspin of depression or high functioning anxiety, etc., the other culprit that you're probably experiencing is a significant amount of imposter syndrome, and here's why. This goes back to how so many of us girls were raised, which was that we had to be perfect. We had to be role models. We had to be at all times performing at high levels. And if we weren't, we felt ashamed. We shut down. We felt like we weren't good enough. We were the problem. And how that's showing up now in this next wave of influencers and this next wave of consultants and coaches and game changers in the world is feeling like, well, if I'm not a 10 out of 10 in every area of my life, I will never be good enough. And they're going into the online spaces with that energy. Because this one area of my life is shit, I can't be as successful over here. I can't influence people. People will smell that shit around my content, so I don't create content. But here's what's more true. This is like the epiphany that I had today. I don't know about you, but I don't want to hire a coach, a consultant, buy from an influencer who I think is a 10 out of 10 in every area of their life. Like, that's fucking boring. And it kind of makes me feel bad about myself. The people that when I look back at who I've purchased from, who I've invested in, who I'm connected to, who I just freaking love when they show up on my profile or as I'm scrolling, it's the people who are literally showing they're amazing over here and they suck over here. And that makes them human. That doesn't make them imposters. That doesn't make them problematic. That makes them fucking relatable. And so if you're struggling with imposter syndrome, look at who you actually pay, who you actually love learning from, and feel the liberation that they are just as fucked up in certain areas as you are. That does not, however, diminish their magnificence in the area that you might pay them to help you with. That doesn't change anything. And when you recognize that in the people that influence you, I want you to feel the liberation that is for you as you go and create content. Straight up, there are areas in my life where I am the best person to hire. 100%. And it doesn't change the fact that I have places in my life, I was just crying this morning, that I am in a breakdown around. We can have duality and be impactful. And you know what? It actually makes us more real, more like human. And I honestly think if social media, one thing I love about the algorithms is I feel like authenticity is what shines through. And why? Because that's where people's attention go. So don't let imposter syndrome hold you back, because it's actually part of your magic.